Escaping Fragility. What is up? Colin here for another video. Please subscribe. I'm so excited about this channel and this format. I can just talk about big ideas daily. It's really exciting for me. I make these videos because I enjoy them. And this is actually something that is, I'm pretty sure, I think, is going to become an infinite game for me. So this idea of finite versus infinite game, it's a really fascinating concept. There's a couple books written about it. Simon Sinek wrote one recently, which I forget what it's called. It's based on the earlier book around the same idea. But the idea is the infinite game is something you play forever because you enjoy playing it. Now, if we look at the most successful people on the planet, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett, for example, they're playing an infinite game. They're doing the things they want to do. They could have stopped working when they had like $10 million. I mean, you literally don't need, the average person, honestly, a few $1 million. You could live for the rest of your life in security and prosperity and just live off the interest, basically. So like, why when you have 100 million, 500 million, a billion, do you need to do anything? You don't have to do anything. You can wake up every single day and just do nothing. They're playing infinite games. Buffett loves to allocate capital. He loves to read about business. He reads like 8 hours a day, mostly financial reports and businesses and whatever. He long ago figured out his infinite game, and he's been playing it since he was 16, 8, when he bought his first stock. And he will do it till he dies. Musk is a billionaire. He doesn't have to work anymore, but he still grinds away like crazy because he has that goal of getting to Mars. And then he'll probably have another goal of like making Mars sustainable to get to and fro or whatever it's going to be. He's playing an infinite game. I've been thinking about this idea a lot in my life as I've come into a little bit of prosperity, after years and years working and toiling away and finally having a little bit of money. I mean, we're not talking a lot by any means. I mean, I don't even consider myself successful at this point, but I have some security, and I also have the freedom of how I spend my time. Still CEO, but I have the unlimited flexibility in how I set my time and where I work, what I work on, how often do I sprint, do I pull back. I have a lot of flexibility, and everybody that would hear that would think that's amazing, you're so lucky, whatever. They probably don't understand that it does arise other problems you have to deal with. Every day I wake up, I can decide to not work. On days I'm not motivated, a lot of times those are the hardest days because like I could just take off completely, but taking off is so alien and foreign and weird to me that I usually don't, or I struggle with doing it. And so I'm in this weird purgatory state where I don't feel like I'm being productive. I haven't really decided to not be productive, so I'm not like getting active rest. I'm kind of like in this weird back and forth, not sure how I'm feeling, whatever mode, and it sucks. So what I've been thinking about is, how do I find my infinite game? Like, what am I going to do no matter what? What am I going to do if I had all the money in the world? What would I do? And the more I record videos, especially this format that are just they're easy for me to press record. I don't have to spend a ton of time editing. I can just kind of upload them, share my message, distill my thoughts. For me, therapize, I don't know if that's a word, but it's very much a form of therapy. And helps with clarity. Is this something I would do if I had all the money in the world? And I think the answer is yes. And the more I do it, the more I'm like polishing off that gem where it would say yes. Because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy helping people in any way, or at least bringing ideas to their consciousness, or helping them question things, just anything. I really do enjoy that. I enjoy that effect. And I feel like if I had all the money in the world, maybe I would just amplify the message and talk with other people and just have a bigger platform, but I would still do the same thing. I want to talk about big ideas. I believe in positivity. I believe in the human spirit and what we can do. And I feel like more than ever we need it, because we have a lot of existential threats that are threatening the survival of our life on Earth and the survival of America as a country or the global community. So, infinite games. How can you think about that in your life? What are those things that you want to do no matter what, right? For me, it's writing, podcasting, making videos. And then eventually I'm going to get into coaching and retreats and in-person stuff, because that's definitely that missing piece. I mean, it's very time intensive, so I haven't been able to do that with all the current obligations I have, but that's going to be another final piece of the puzzle in how I want to spend my life. And, I identified a long time ago that I don't care if I have 10 million or more dollars. I used to always set this number, like I need 10 million, I need 10 million, no matter what. And honestly, I don't need 10 million for sure. I definitely know I don't need it. But I think a few million is just more than enough. And you get that few million, you lock them up in solid investments, and you have a strategy, and you have some, you have some goals through Bitcoin, whatever, and you're good. You're good for life. You're good for even multiple generations if you set up in a certain way. So why would I toil away for the next, prime years of my life? I'm 35 now. Like I still have quite a bit of time to which I can really enjoy what I'm doing. I can really go deep into the infinite game. And see, this is so funny, because me just talking about this right now has helped me clarify these ideas. Like I was typing them up earlier, and I was doing my morning routine where I think about my goals and I do all these things. And then now just talking to you about this right now, like it's bringing so much clarity to it. And like it's helping me identify that this is my infinite game. And making that and having that realization and talking about that, and like it makes it more real. It makes it more easy to create like a heuristic in my mind, so I can remind myself and ask myself the question, are you playing the right game? Are you playing the wrong game? Are you doing things for money's sake? Are you doing things to save money or to do this? Are you operating from a scarcity mindset? Are you getting pulled into things that you don't want to get pulled into because you feel like you have some obligation, or maybe you're venturing down the wrong path? Like there's so many examples to which you ask yourself, am I playing the right game? What does that mean for you? I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I'm 15 years into this, like working for myself, entrepreneur thing, okay? So I get it if what I'm saying in my situation doesn't like perfectly align with what you're doing or whatever, but these questions are not just reserved for like idle rich or people that have like unlimited flexibility in time. Like these are questions you should ask every day of your life as fast as possible. Get them in there, analyze, figure out what you're doing. Like maybe your job is soul sucking. Maybe you're afraid of being jobless for a few months. But maybe that's exactly what you freaking need. Maybe, and this is a quick life lesson, okay? I've been a boss. I've employed hundreds of people over the years. The good people that I don't want to lose, if they came to me and said, I like my job, I want to stay with the company, I believe in our purpose, our mission, like whatever they said, if it was from the heart, and then they said something to the effect of, but I can no longer work 40 hours a week here or this way. I'm thinking about some options. Would you want me to stay on as a part-time contractor where I could do some remote work? Maybe I eventually become a full-time remote employee. Maybe I could do part like employee on site and part remote, and then eventually move to remote. Like if an employee came to me with that, I would say, let's do it. Let's figure it out. All right. How do we start this? What do you think's best? And we would just go back and forth. And that person, because I've met a lot of employees over the years. I've been an employee. You, whatever, always feel like it has to be like all or nothing. Like if the status quo right now isn't working, you feel like you have to just like blow it up. That is such bad black or white, all or nothing thinking. It is so bad. There are so many in-betweens that you could be doing that could eventually lead you in a direction that's even better, right? So again, don't blow it up. Be honest. Always give yourself options. Give yourself optionality. So back to the finite versus infinite game. Finite game is just doing like one thing, winning, and then you're basically stuck like, what do I do now? And a lot of people chase money that way, and they chase fame and this and that, and they basically convince themselves that they'll be happy when they acquire this external thing, and then they do, and they're not happy, and they're like, okay, what the hell now? Like that's not the game you want to be in. You want to achieve wealth or fame or success or money or accolades or any of these things as a byproduct of playing an infinite game, of doing something that you love, that you will do anyways, and then connecting that to external result, reward, monetary, whatever. That's a secret. That's a secret, and it's more attainable than ever. Let me know what you think about this. What's your infinite game? And before I let you go real quick, so there was this lawyer I heard about where he works 3 months out of the year. He'll take on cases, clients, whatever. And then he uses the money from that 3 months. And as a lawyer, I mean, you can make $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in that period of time, maybe even more. the other 9 months of the year, he goes off to some remote location, he surfs. Like, that's insane. And as somebody who has not taken more than like a week off, and even then I was still kind of working in like literally 15 years, that sounds like such an amazing thing. And even in some ways, like a little bit of a crazy thing. But that's exactly what I need to probably do myself and experiment with and like pursue and use as a much needed contrast to how I have lived, and maybe it could bring some balance to my life. And I'm not even suggesting I'm unbalanced. I have a pretty good balance to a lot of these things, but I want to take it to the next level. Yeah, let me know what you think. Comments.